Real Madrid versus Juventus, the next match in the Club World Cup, people. And we are here to discuss it, as always, on the Galacticos podcast, featuring two Real Madrid fans from different parts of the world. Obviously, I've got Will here with me, a.k.a. Football Carnage. How you doing, bro?
Big up, my guy, Dave. Yo, it's nice to be doing this. Last victory was a few days ago, but it's nice to be doing this off the back of a very dominant performance, especially in that first half. But
of course,
now I'm doing good, bro. Big up to everybody that's watching, man. Smash that like button, subscribe.
Absolutely. And today we've got loads of topics to cover, guys. As you can see on the screen, the main one, and obviously the title today. Will Mbappe start ahead of Gonzalo Garcia against Juventus? And we're going to be drumming everybody, obviously, just literally letting our thoughts be known on who should be the main starter for this match against, let's say, a European giant of old, a European giant that has had many encounters with Real Madrid. I remember Real Madrid's Champions League final, late 90s. Oh, what a match that was. Obviously, the semi-finals as well, the final, the famous final with Zidane, and now again on the world stage, the Club World Cup stage. So will Mbappe obviously get his head start against, obviously, Juventus ahead of Gonzalo Garcia? Obviously, we're talking about Vinny. He's sensational match today, last time, guys. Obviously, against Salzburg, a brilliant performance, sensational Vinny. Will he carry on this form? The three at the back, did it work, guys? Was it your preference? Would you prefer to see a four at the back, three at the back with Real Madrid? And finally, Huijsen, will he be pretty much our main centre-back going forward for Real Madrid? So let's get stuck into it, guys. And the first topic today we are getting into is, of course, Mbappe versus Gonzalo Garcia. Now, after the performances, Will, obviously in the Club World Cup, you've seen Gonzalo Garcia, you've seen Mbappe, obviously last season, rip it up, pretty much getting his 30-plus goal tally, and he done sensationally. But for this season so far, you've seen Garcia integrate with Vinny. Last match in that three at the back really worked well in the two up top. You've seen Gonzalo Garcia get his goals. You've seen him really be a main figurehead for Xabi Alonso's team in this Club World Cup. Do you think he should get the start ahead of Mbappe come this match against Juventus?
Yes. I think Mbappe should be holding bench for this game against Juventus, but not because Gonzalo Garcia is better than him, right? We all know Mbappe is going to be our starting nine. This is not like a debate that we're going to have in terms of, who should be starting rest of the season. But when you just factor in the form, right, Gonzalo Garcia has been arguably our best player in the group stage, right?
Probably one of the best, with Huijsen, definitely.
He's been phenomenal. Like, his off-the-ball work rate, the way that he's kind of playing like that Benzema sort of role where he's dropping deep, he's linking play, right? He's able to facilitate in the final third, and he's also taking his chances really well. Like, for example, that goal against Salzburg, the third one in the second half, because that first half against Salzburg, we were phenomenal. The second half against Salzburg was pretty mid, and that goal came because of his work rate. He pressed, won the ball back, and then was able to.
It was a pass from Trent. Obviously, Trent threaded it through. The defender picked it up, but he pressed
exactly.
Really well,
he just started running
possession. Yeah,
exactly. Now, when you look at Mbappe, right? Obviously, one of the best players in the world, phenomenal, dynamic, has the most pace that you could say for any attacker in world football. But at the end of the day, looking at the form of the players right now, Gonzalo Garcia is on very good form. Mbappe is coming off of a major illness. Let's not forget, my man was in the hospital. He had to get discharged. They said that he lost like 5 pounds in 1 week. He's back in training now, but he's going to be rusty, right? He's not had a match, right, in a live game situation with Xabi Alonso's system. I think Gonzalo Garcia needs to start the match. I think you bring Mbappe on in like the 55th, 60th minute. Let him play the rest of the match. And then if he's looking dangerous, if he's pressing off the ball, if he's doing the things that Xabi Alonso wants us to be doing, then I think you start him in the quarterfinals. But as far as this match is concerned, I think Gonzalo Garcia deserves to start. He's done nothing to be dropped yet for a player that's not going to be in form and that's going to be a bit rusty. Last time Mbappe played a game was like a month ago.
Mm.
And again, he's coming up to this. So I think, look, you bring Mbappe on second half against tired legs, that works a little bit more. But Gonzalo Garcia, who, in my opinion, is so far during this tournament, is the biggest winner for Real Madrid. Let's not forget, Dave, we were going into this summer looking for a number 9 to come off the bench, be an aerial
Joselu
threat.
type figure.
Right?
Exactly, yeah.
You saw us get linked to like Budimir, for example. Gonzalo Garcia has played so well that not only do I think that Endrick needs to be very worried, but I also don't think that the club need to go out there and sign another number 9. You let Gonzalo Garcia be the number 2 because he's proven that in this Xabi Alonso system, he works very well. So again, because I know, it's going to go out. People are going to say, oh, this guy's saying Gonzalo's better. Oh, it's only against Pachuca and Salzburg. Not saying that Gonzalo Garcia is better than him, but he's not better. But on the form, it just makes more sense for him to start the game and then let Mbappe come on in the second half. And then the quarterfinals, we have a different conversation. But Gonzalo Garcia does not deserve to be dropped as of right now because he's been arguably our best attacker.
I agree. I think Gonzalo Garcia should definitely get ahead of Mbappe, because for me, when I look at Gonzalo Garcia's game, and I just take perfect example, last match with Salzburg, how he's linking with Vini, how he's dropping deep, how he's linking with the midfielders, how he's literally doing everything that a number 9 should do, but also a player who wants to seek to regain the possession all the time, to initiate the press, to be on the front foot, to make those runs as well. He's doing everything that a number 9 should do. And when you allude to Benzema, it's exactly the same. Obviously, we're not saying he's on Benzema's level. That's nowhere near yet. But the situation is when Benzema was receiving the ball from the midfielders, he dropped a little bit deeper, he's linking play, then he's making his run. You see? Mbappe, he tried to do that at the beginning of the season, remember? And it wasn't really working for him. Mbappe, where he lives, is just on the edge of the box. He can pick up the ball, one touch shot. You see? Or if it's a quick counter, then he can just receive the ball very quickly and just initiate that. But the situation is with Gonzalo Garcia, his game lives with maintaining possession, controlling the ball, linking play with Arda Güler, who for him and obviously those two, I think they're doing really well in tandem. They're really connecting well. And if you have someone like Bellingham, like, for example, that daisy cutter pass to Vini, you won't really see that if Gonzalo Garcia is not making space and dragging defenders out, you see, because that opened that gap in the middle and then allowed, obviously, Bellingham to actually laser that pass to Vini against Salzburg. So when you have a striker like that and he's creating space, he's creating runs, he's making diversions for defenders, then there's something about Gonzalo Garcia that really fits. And with Juventus, who like to favor also a back three formation, you're going to have this situation where you need to have those two up the top. I think personally that Xabi Alonso, and the way, obviously you said it as well, the second half, we weren't really that exciting as the first half. Yeah, but the situation is that across the whole game, we were very solid against Salzburg. But Juventus is a different kettle of fish. So we really need to keep an eye on the prize. And keeping an eye on the prize is getting the win. Mbappe, from his illness, I don't think so. He should even feature across the whole game. I don't think so.
Even if he's fit?
If he's
so you wouldn't bring him on?
If he's 100% fit, yes. But I don't think he will be 100% fit.
Oh, so you don't think that he needs to be rushed back?
If he's getting into it and he's getting to the groove of it, if we are dying for someone to intervene, and we've seen Mbappe before come off the bench and be electric, we've seen it, yeah? So if Mbappe comes off the bench and he's electric for maybe 20 minutes, okay. But the situation is that Juventus, they are going to try and be solid at the back. We saw Man City absolutely destroy them. Let's be honest. Man City, the amount of opportunities they had on goal was absolutely crazy. I think Real Madrid could have exactly the same success against Juventus. But where it lies is if Mbappe starts and if Xabi Alonso chooses Mbappe, you're going to see us be a bit rusty for about
Yes.
15, 20 minutes until
because
Mbappe,
the player's rusty. The player's rusty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because Mbappe's going to
But
find
you know
his
the thing
goal.
is though, Dave, I don't have an issue with Mbappe's link up. I think Mbappe links play really well. I feel like that's like undervalued.
No, Mbappe does. He does because he can drop deep, but where he lives, like I said, it's at edge of the box where he can receive the ball, he can take one touch out of his feet, and then boom. Yeah.
No, fair enough. But I think that the issue that I'm more so worried about is Gonzalo Garcia off the ball is really good. Like he doesn't stop running.
His pressing is crazy.
Yeah, like his pressing. Like in that last game against Salzburg, man made about like 3 solo tackles to win the ball back. Like my striker. So that's what I'm kind of looking at Mbappe saying, are you going to give us that? Because we know that, generally when you're a player of like Mbappe and Vinny's level and status, they don't really concern themselves with helping out so much defensively. Now, we know that that's a big emphasis for Xabi Alonso. He said it multiple times that the entire team needs to be defending. And now that we've, not seen Mbappe in this system, I would like to see if Mbappe will be doing that kind of pressing, right? And we didn't press them for the entire game, right? You can't press 90 minutes.
Because
then you'll wear yourself out.
Yeah, it will wear himself out around
exactly.
70th minute. It will
exactly. But in like those spells where we do need the pressing, will Mbappe do that? I think he will. I think all the players will buy into Xabi Alonso's system. I would be very shocked if Mbappe comes into this team and then he's just like, nah, I'm doing my own thing. Like, that would surprise me.
Because it won't fit Xabi Alonso's mold.
Exactly. And then now we're going to be having a question of, are we going to tell Mbappe? Because you kind of have to back the manager right now, right? You have, because we were so trash last season that these players shouldn't really have a say in any kind of style of football that we got going on. Because what y'all do last season, I'm starting to see what Xabi Alonso is starting to build. And again, I think Gonzalo Garcia, I was about to say Fran Garcia. Gonzalo Garcia has been very good. I've been very happy with him. And like I said, I don't even think that Endrick is fully fit, Dave. I honestly believe that Endrick he was back in Madrid watching Gonzalo Garcia ball out, and he said, nah, fuck this. I have to come back. You might see, Endrick might come on the pitch limping. Yeah. But, he's like, there's no way that I'm going to sit here and watch this man take my spot. But yeah, I mean, I think for people that want Mbappe just straight back into the 11, they're just looking at it like he's a big name player. It's Mbappe.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be too beneficial.
Okay, so I'm looking at the run of games, and guys, you can obviously agree with me or not agree with me. We're looking at the run of games here, and off the top of my head, I've already seen the bracket. Obviously, Real Madrid, Juventus, we get past them. We face potentially Dortmund.
Yeah, Dortmund or Sergio Ramos with Monterrey.
Exactly, but it's going to be Dortmund.
It's going to be
let's be honest. Yeah.
It's going to be a Bellingham family reunion.
It's Champions League quarterfinals all around. Let's be honest in this.
Hey, look, man, Sergio Ramos, he might be able to will them pass.
Then PSG, semifinals. That's going to be.
Bayern got a chance.
It's PSG. Let's be honest. Yeah. No, Bayern's on the other side. No.
Nah, Bayern versus PSG.
Oh, okay, Bayern PSG
in the quarters.
Yeah, PSG on that one. Yeah. And it's likely going to be a Man City final.
No. I do expect Man City to make the final.
It's going to be a Man City final.
But here's the thing. So that's what I'm saying. If you bring Mbappe off the bench, second half, and if he looked dangerous, pressing, making the right runs, now when we get to Dortmund, now Mbappe can start because
he's already got some game time.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. I was about to say that.
But we should be able to start Gonzalo against Juve.
We start Gonzalo against Juve. If we want to bring Mbappe on the 70th minute, we're looking at Juve. We're beating Juve. We bring on Mbappe.
We're beating Juve, Dave. We're beating them.
We are beating Juve.
Mario and Luigi FC do not know it's about to hit them. Gabby Ball is here.
The only one worried, obviously, is Vlahovic. We know that Vlahovic is the main target man.
I'm not worried about nobody that they have, except for Yildiz. Yildiz is the only player.
No, he's a big unit, this guy, yeah. And
but they don't even want Vlahovic. It's going to be Kolo Muani up front. Let's be real. Vlahovic might not even start, Dave. It's going to be Kolo Muani, and Kolo Muani's a scrub. It's just Yildiz who I'm worried about. He's the only, because I'm just trying to figure out how is Trent going to contain him. He's a very techie, pacey kind of winger, has a good shot on him as well. So the Xabi Alonso system with the back three, maybe Rudiger at right center back, then with Tchouaméni, we'll talk about that a little bit later. But Yildiz is the only attacker that Juventus have that gives me a cause for concern. I'm not worried about nobody else.
I think Vlahovic will start. I think he will start because they're looking for an aerial threat. I think he will start because the situation is that if they're crossing it into someone, they need to cross it into someone, essentially. And Vlahovic is the only guy that's going to threat. He's going to be a threat towards the back three of Real Madrid if we play a back three. I don't even know what we're going to play, guys, because Xabi Alonso, as you know, chooses and picks his formation depending on who we're playing. Yeah? And what I've seen so far from Xabi Alonso is we can play a forward back, we can play a three at the back. So who knows?
I mean, but you know the thing is, though, Dave, it's always a three at the back. Even though, so like the formation might start off,
because of Trent, because Trent drops into the inverted role. I know
exactly, and then like Tchouaméni always drops deep, anyways, as like that, like on the ball, it's always three at the back. It doesn't really matter what formation we start in.
Yeah, Tchouaméni's been shining under Xabi Alonso, by the way.
Yo, this hybrid center back DM, Dave, who told you first? Who told you first? I don't need Rodri. I got Tchouaméni. Come on. Rodri couldn't do this fucking role. Stop it. My DM. My baller, Dave.
You know what? I'm liking Tchouaméni. He's been really good under Xabi Alonso. I've got to admit, he's been really good. This guy's been just everywhere. He's everywhere on the pitch. I don't even know what he's doing. But yeah, Tchouaméni's good. He's good under Xabi Alonso, I do admit. But do you know what? Yeah. So Xabi Alonso, I think Juventus are going to, obviously they're going to struggle against Real Madrid, but we can't allow them to get an opportunity to score. Whoever's up front, they're going to have better ballers than Salzburg and better ballers than any of the teams that we played so far. Al Hilal.
I mean, like, Juve are kind of mid, though. Let's be real.
They are mid, but we have to just take them seriously.
But, like, look at their run so far in the group stage. They beat, like, Al An. They beat Wydad. They even heard of these. Like, no disrespect to them. I never heard of these farmers. All right? And then they go against Man City.
It's still teams.
And then, Dave, they play Man City, and then what do they get? What I said last week, Dave. Felt the ass. They got destroyed. Man City went out there, ripped them apart. Now, we have a manager. Xabi Alonso's not on Pep Guardiola's level. It's not what I'm saying. But in terms of, like, the style of play, very similar. We're going to control possession. We move the ball really nice, right? Yeah. We link play really nice. Arda Güler's going to be in that midfield. We look fluid. I expect us to be able to pull them apart and create chances just like how Man City were. The question is, are we going to be clinical, right? And we'll talk about some other things with the next topics. But, of course, we have to take Juve serious. They are are Juve better than Al Hilal? I don't know.
I would think they are better than Al Hilal, but Al Hilal was our very first game under Xabi Alonso. So we should take it seriously, but we shouldn't take it seriously. The reason we shouldn't take it seriously because we should take it seriously because of how we played, and it was just an eye opener to seeing how Xabi Alonso is going to play. And then as soon as we played the next two matches, we were just on full flow. We were just really cooking. The ball was moving fast. With 10 men, we maintained possession easily, pretty much, yeah. And honestly, against Salzburg, we were just absolutely frying. And
best performance so far. Every game we've gotten better, Dave.
Absolutely, we're getting better. And I'm saying this as a note also, yeah. I know it's premature. It's not that early to say that Barcelona Barcelona fans have been looking at Real Madrid and how they're playing because they have no football at the moment, so they have to watch somebody. Yeah, and they're going to have to watch
Al Sofa later, I
think. Yeah. So I think Barcelona, they need to... Barcelona versus Al Sofa. That is absolutely mad. Sorry, Barcelona fans, if you're watching. I know a lot of Barcelona fans have been subscribing to my channel lately.
They're trying to downplay the tournament, Dave. So shout out to my guy Omar BYT. I'm not sure if you're familiar with like Omar's channel.
Sophie, that's mad.
Like he's a Barca fan, right?
Yeah.
And they were doing this Barca show that he does every weekend. So I hopped on it because they were absolutely waffling about the Club World Cup. I had a Barca fan, Dave, sit there and tell me that he's happy that his team is not in the Club World Cup because they're getting rest. What kind of loser shit is that? So you're happy that you couldn't qualify for a major trophy.
I don't think about that, dude.
Bro, see, if Barcelona maybe didn't finish in a Europa League qualification from getting grouped in the Champions League twice, maybe they would have been here. but they haven't been in the Club World Cup for so long, Dave, that they forget about this trophy. When's the last time Barca won this? Like, what, decade ago?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Dave was in high school last time Barcelona were in this trophy. It's crazy.
No, I wasn't high school. I think I was at Cyprus or something. But anyway,
okay,
all I gotta say, guys, we're laughing our head off here because one of the main factors is a 55-year-old Ramos is in the Club World Cup at Barcelona Army. That's what I'm just saying, bro.
Yo, Dave, like we normally do, Dave, Real Madrid will carry Spain in these international tournaments.
Mate, I think your internet's gone. I think Will's frozen, guys. Has he frozen, guys, for you? Will, you're lagging, mate. Guys, we've got Dalek Will, mate, from Doctor Who, mate. Dalek Will, how do you feel about Real Madrid's chances against Juventus? Will, mate, I think Barcelona interrupted your Wi-Fi, mate, because you were talking too much, mate. Will, okay, guys. Will, are you there? Hello, guys. Welcome to the Daleks. Will, are you receiving? Are you in and out? I think okay, guys. I'm gonna wait for Will to come back in. So we're gonna take over, guys, for a little bit. But for me personally, I think Juventus, guys, have. Do you know what? I don't think they have a chance, but we've got to be careful. We've got to be careful of Juventus because if we allow ourselves to drop the ball, we allow ourselves to get complacent. We allow ourselves to do some stupidness that Real Madrid sometimes always somehow do, then I think Juventus could get a chances. But we need to be relying, obviously, on the players that we have, including Vini, including Mbappe. If he's going to come on, if Gonzalo Garcia is going to start, then I think it's going to be very, very good match. I think we've got a good chance. Guys, put your scores in the chat. Let me know your scores. What do you think of the predictions between Juventus and Real Madrid? For me personally, I think it's going to be a 3-1 victory to Real Madrid. It could be even more. I saw how Man City played. I think Real Madrid could do some serious damage if we get it right. Obviously, Juventus do have some ballers that we know that can really affect the game. So I really want to see how it's going to unfold. And yeah, I'm seeing 3-1s in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of 3-1s. I think it could be a good shout for Real Madrid. I'm thinking if someone's saying 4-0, Omar saying 4-0. I think there's a lot of people agreeing with me, obviously, in the 3-1s. And I think it's going to be a very good match, obviously, between both teams. And if we do see, I don't think it's going to go to penalties, guys. I don't think it's going to go to penalties. If it goes to penalties, guys, yeah, I absolutely, I won't be able to handle it. Yeah, I won't be able to handle it, honestly. So Will's Wi-Fi cut out for a second. And I just wanted to know, obviously, your thoughts, guys, on who have been the standout players so far before we go into the next topic. Obviously, Dean Howson, we're going to be talking about a little bit later. Vinny was excellent last match, which is going to be our next topic. And I think personally, looking at the whole team, I think they're really gelling really well. I think they have a very good unity amongst them. I think Xabi Alonso has really given them the chance to really gel over the training sessions. Every training session you can see is just gaining a little bit of momentum, gaining a little bit better, being a little bit better on the ball, being a little bit better when we attack, a bit more intensity. Everything that we're doing is absolutely sensational. And a lot of people agreeing with me that I think that Gonzalo Garcia, Arda's been really good. Bellingham last game was excellent, by the way, guys. Bellingham was really good. His passing range in that game was absolutely sensational. I'm not just talking about the pass to Vinny. I'm talking about other passes. I'm talking about his defensive work. I'm talking about a lot of stuff that has been going on. And I think, obviously, Will, you're back. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, look, man, that was the Barca fans. They just got to me. That was
I think we were cooking Barcelona too much, so they decided to infiltrate our servers.
It's messed up, bro.
And
they just stopped greatness, but that's okay.
Absolutely. But I was just talking about, obviously, the standout players so far from the Club World Cup. I think Arda's been great. I think Gonzalo Garcia, as we talked, have been great. I think
Huijsen.
I think Huijsen, obviously, we're talking about
Fran Garcia.
later. Fran Garcia. But the main guy I wanted to talk about next is Vinny. Yeah. And I have been slating Vinny, guys. I know. I've been slating him, but I was reading a comment about Vinny in the chat, in my chat, actually, in the comments of my last video. And somebody said to me, you shouldn't criticize the players. You shouldn't criticize this. You should just allow them to feed into the system. You should allow this. You should allow that.
Nonsense.
Now, if there's no criticism,
yeah,
then the player will have this opportunity to have free reign to do whatever they want. I'm not talking about me. I'm the biggest Real Madrid fan in the world. I'm not talking about that. The fans collectively, as fans, we should be able to criticize. And I think Omar in the chat, who responded, I think, to one of these comments, and he was like, criticism is a good thing when you're talking about certain things that a player should do. And then if the player catches on to this, if the manager also catches on to this, because the managers, I'm not talking about reads every single comment that we obviously in our YouTube videos, but what they do is they analyze the player. And Vinny last game against Salzburg was absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
Absolutely outstanding.
It was a bit of a shaky start with that miss. Like with the 1v1 at first, I was like, nah, Vinny, don't do this. Like, don't start today.
I'm talking about general across the match. I'm not talking about the goals he scored. I'm talking about the link-up play. I'm talking about the runs he was making. I'm talking about his directness, his quick, his pace, his drop of the shoulder here and there. That is the Vinny that gets me excited to watch. And when he's on the ball like that, there is no team in the world that can stop him. And that's what really frustrates me, because he has the ability to do it. He has the ability to beat any defender one-on-one in world football. But sometimes the confidence lacks. Sometimes he doesn't do it. Sometimes he just drifts off into space and does his own thing, and we don't know where Vinny is in a match. But Vinny last match was absolutely sensational. And when him and Bellingham are in tandem and they're cooking like that, honestly, we have a team on our hands. And when Arda Güler picks up the ball and when Valverde's making runs into the box to receive a pass of Vinny, a back flick, to score that goal, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of intensity I want.
That assist that Jude got, that ball that he played, Vinny's goal. Oh my day. But people tell me that Jude's not a creative midfielder, bro. That Jude can't do that role. That Jude is lacking in that area. Come on, man.
Exactly. So for me, guys, criticism works when it's constructive. Sometimes, yes, we know. And Will, you've done this before as well. When a certain player does not do well, it's the heat of the moment, guys. It's after the match. You're really watching and you're right. Why doesn't this player do that? You understand? But when Vinny shows up, hey, we're full of praise of him. This is not called flip-flopping. This is appreciation of a player in a certain match and not appreciating a player in another match because they didn't do this. They didn't perform here. They didn't do this. They didn't do these kind of situations where they should have scored, but they didn't. You understand? But Vinny, he needs to carry on this form, Will. I'm sure you agree with this one.
Now, I mean, of course, like we talked about Vinny on the last episode where, it's kind of like what's wrong with him and if we would, take other players over him and whatnot. I agree with you 100% in terms of criticism. You need to be criticized if you're not playing well. So if Vinicius, who was awful the second half of the season, should we have been praising him and telling him that he's playing at a world-class level? No, right? Vinicius deserves to hold smoke. But I think, where people kind of take it a bit too far is like when it gets personal, right? If you're going to talk about what he's doing on the pitch, that to me is fair game. But then if you're getting into like, oh, like you calling him ugly or any of these other things, and then like that's where you kind of like lose me.
That stuff deserves to be nowhere near football because
you know what I'm saying? Like,
unfortunately, there are a group of Real Madrid fans. That would resort to abusive nature, abusive language, everything that they're doing. And it's been talked about as well with Real Madrid and the punishment from Real Madrid themselves towards the fans and how they're trying to treat this. So that deserves to be nowhere near football.
Well, do you know, Dave, that's why we don't have ultras at the game. Remember, Perez banned our ultras, because of their ideology and kind of their conduct and stuff like that. Is kind of just detrimental to have them at the games.
Absolutely.
So when people talk about ultras, you never see Real Madrid ultras in at matches, all grouped up and doing flares and whatnot. The club stopped all that. But now Vinicius last game against Salzburg, very good. That was the best Vinicius performance that we've seen in a little bit. That looked like vintage Vinny. He looked hungry. He was making runs. He was causing that Salzburg defense issues. And I think he'll build on that. I think Xabi Alonso playing him in a more there were times when he got the ball on out wide, but then I think he was primarily making runs, he was inverting, trying to get in behind the defense versus trying to go on the outside. And when you have a player that has that quickness, making those kind of runs, and then when you have the quality in midfield like we do to find him, having Vinicius more so in front of goal versus always trying to cut in from the outside, he's going to do better. And I think Xabi Alonso is finding a way to get the best out of him. And I mean, look, like I said, on one of the last streams that we did, there's not another winger, left winger in the world that I would take right now over.
He's very versatile. Vinny's very versatile.
Very versatile, bro.
He can play the center. He can play on the wing. He can drop a little bit deeper to receive the passes. He can link up play. He can also do his defensive duties at times. So we know that he's seen him obviously trying to press as well. And
did you know what else it is, Dave? The criticism thing. The match going fans, right? Especially home and away, they are so integral to the wins that we get, right? As international fans, like I am, right? Of course we matter, right? We're a part of the reason why the club is such a global phenom and the money and all that. But the match going fans are I'd say if you did rank important, they're the most important, because when the team is out there, that's what they're hearing is those fans, right? If we're not playing well, those fans are whistling. Those fans are letting the team know this is not good enough. This motivates them to turn things around. This is why. How many times, Dave, do we go into halftime? Very mediocre first half. This is why we're second half FC. The fans let them know. They go into halftime. They come back out, recharge. The fans are on them. They perform, right? Criticism is needed. I think, bro, even as YouTubers, I think we should be criticized. I
don't mind.
If somebody thinks that we're not doing something, we're always open to criticism, because there's always things you could do better. You're not perfect, but it's you have to just know what line not to cross with players or with if you're criticizing anything in life. But Vinicius, this form, he will maintain it. I'm telling you, Vinny's going to be back next season. He's going to be at a Ballon d'Or level once again, world-class level once again. And I expect us to win major trophies next season. I expect, bro, I'll be real. The expectations for me next season, with especially the way that he's being backed, I don't really think Xabi Alonso has much room for error in terms of not winning silverware. Bro, we're going to leave next season with a few trophies. Trust me.
The thing that frustrates me is when I'm being called a Vinny hater. I'm nowhere near a Vinny hater. I respected him for years of what he's done, what he's achieved, how he's broke through the system as a youth player, trying to obviously really be an integral part to the team, obviously coming close to winning the Ballon d'Or, everything like that. And I'm nowhere near a Vinny hater. I've just seen a comment saying that I am. And it really frustrates me, because Vinny last year was nowhere near good enough across the season to make really, really the depth of impact that he should have made. And the way that I'm talking about it is that Mbappe, yes, he was a focal point. Vinny sacrificed himself. I know he did. For the greater good. But sometimes, some matches he went missing. Some matches he was stagnant. He didn't really know what he was doing. And it was pretty much down to Ancelotti, I think, because Ancelotti obviously just sets the players out. They say, go and do whatever you need to do. Yeah? And I think that criticism from last season, a lot of fans felt the same way about Vinny. It's not just me. It's not just me. It's a lot of fans felt the same way about Vinny. And Vinny knows that a lot of fans are frustrated about him. So it's up to Vinny to really find his form. It's up to him to really find his way in this Xabi Alonso system. Because last game, what did I say? Vinny, absolutely sensational. That was the title on my video. Vinny was sensational. I want to see that more from Vinny. I want to see it more from him. Yeah? And it's just really annoying that I see a lot of people saying, oh, that I'm a Vinny hater. I'm nowhere near a Vinny hater. I know what he did in that Champions League run for us to win that actual tournament. I know. But where was he throughout the majority of that Champions League campaign last year? Yeah?
I mean, it's true. I mean,
but
again,
exactly. But the situation
when we needed him the most, Vinicius was not there.
Where was Vinny against Arsenal, people? Where was he in that game? Please tell me, because I don't know. But what I do see this year is Vinny trying to connect. Vinny trying his best to pass and move and do a lot of the things that he's trying to do. Because Xabi Alonso has a different way of approach. He needs every player in that locker room to press. He needs every player to be on the same wavelength. It's not Ancelotti ball where go out, do your thing, and hope for the best. Xabi Alonso knows what he wants from his team. Ancelotti knew what he wanted, but Ancelotti's different. In terms of the man management level, he's good. In terms of setting up the team in a decent enough formation to be controlling, but also try and get results along the way, it's good. But Xabi Alonso wants something different. Yeah? So Vinny needs to be part of that. Vinny is now not an individual player. Let me just repeat that. He's not an individual player. He has individual moments as well, but now he's working as part of a team. Same as Bellingham, same as Mbappe, same as every single player. So don't call me a Vinny hater because I don't really like it.
Well, and do you know like what it is, Dave? If you hated Vinny, right, then I don't think you would even.
I wouldn't be so passionate about it because
exactly.
I love him as a player. I love what he can do.
The reason why Vinicius gets criticized heavily, and I see somebody in the comments said, "Well, where was Mbappe?" The thing is, again, now I don't know about anybody else. I think this is Vinny's team. Vinicius is the one that's been here since 18 years old. He's been here, 5-6 years now, and he's been a very integral player in our success. So for me, Vinny, I view him as the leader of the attack. I view him as the face of the team for right now. And the reason that he gets criticized is because we know what he's capable of. Do you think I was critical, for example, of like Mariano Diaz? No, he's shit. Bro, by the way, do you know I remembered yesterday? I don't know I remembered that Mariano Diaz got the number 7 after CR7. I could not believe we actually gave but point is what I'm trying to say is, for example, a player like Mariano Diaz, right? When he was playing for us, he used to frustrate me, but what do you think? I'm getting passionate. He's shit. This is his level. Vinicius, we know his level is world class. So when he's not doing that for 3-4 months, we're going to get very frustrated. He's going to get criticized. And then when he performs again, he will get praised because it's called being not biased. Right? You're giving a fair criticism of a player. But I feel like people are just so emotional. You shouldn't even pay attention when people say you're a Vinny hater. Because if you're not sucking a player off 24/7 and saying how great they are, then you just hate them according to online. So you don't even focus on that.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the team, and like you said, Vinny is pretty much our star player along with Mbappe. But the thing is, with Mbappe, his expectation is there already because he scored the goals last year. He was like, okay, cool. This guy now is going to kick on and he's going to score 35 goals and then 40 goals in a season and try and match Ronaldo's tally or try and match tallies from Messi. You see? But the situation is that Mbappe won't be in the position that he used to score those goals without bloody Vinny. Let's be honest about this. Vinny sacrificed a lot of himself last year to cater for Mbappe.
Especially in that first half of the season.
Getting in each other's way. They were consistently getting in each other's way. They were on the left-hand side, both of them at times.
And Vinicius is the reason that, and Vinny was giving up penalties to give to Mbappe, right? Vinicius was in good goal scoring positions, or at least shooting positions, laid it off for Mbappe.
Yeah, exactly.
That first half of the season when Mbappe was dreadful, because Mbappe, let's not forget, Mbappe was awful from, I'd say, he was decent in the Super Cup. But after the Super Cup, from the first La Liga match till like December, Mbappe was, in my opinion, and like he looked like he was a flop so far. Now, obviously, he was still bagging the goals. He was still getting some assists. But in terms of what we were watching, the performances, Mbappe was not good. Vinicius was our best attacker in the first half. And then it just kind of flipped. Second half, Mbappe, he kicked on. Vinicius then took a back seat and kind of went missing. So I feel like the criticism of Vinny, people act like his entire season was trash when it wasn't. It was really
it wasn't. The entire thing, he was decent. He played to a decent level. But I don't want to see Vinny as decent, guys. I want to see Vinny as one of the best players in the world. I want to see him this season compete with the best players in the world. That's what I want to see him. I don't want to see us getting knocked out to flipping Arsenal again. I don't want to see us getting battered 4 times by Barcelona, because honestly, in all 4 matches with Barcelona, non-existent. Mbappe was pretty much the one who was showing up in most of the matches. Yeah. So for you guys in the chat, who is the more integral player to the team? Is it Vinny or is it Mbappe? I just want you to know. I just want you to put it out there right in the chat. Who is more integral to the team, Vinny or Mbappe? Because do you know what? I see other players integral to this team. I see Valverde, one of the most integral players to this team, because he's making all the running in the midfield. I see Bellingham doing the dirty work, because you know what? We have no one there to do that dirty work, to do the box-to-box runner, crashing in the box sometimes, making the overlap, sticking his leg out sometimes, making those dirty tackles. Gula is integral to our team as well now, because Xabi Alonso likes the creativity that he brings. Frank Garcia is going to be integral to this as well, because if we don't find a left wing back to cover, then Frank Garcia is going to be our main guy.
There's no way that we don't sign a left wing. Like, there's no way that we don't sign.
If we don't, then
there's no way. There's no way.
But the situation is Trent is also going to be integral to the team. Huijsen is probably going to be one of the most integral players to the team.
Yeah.
Rudiger is the literally the captain of that defense, the 3 at the back. He's the strong guy. He's the one he's the full experienced guy. Asensio or Eder Militao, whoever comes into that situation. And do you see what I'm making the point here, guys? Not every single player is okay. One is going to have this individual moment. One is going to have this individual moment. That's what we've been doing as Real Madrid fans for so long.
Yeah.
Oh, we're relying on Mbappe. Okay, we'll sit back and let Mbappe come. Okay, cool. Screen's there. Mbappe, what are you going to do? Oh, Vinny's there. What are you going to do? No. Now it's a team effort. Now it's team, guys. You realize that. We're not going to be going into, okay, we're relying on these players to do the job. We're relying now collective unit. I don't care what anybody else says. Vinny and Mbappe are just players in the system to get us to win trophies. Finished.
Yeah.
That's it. If they play really well and they play sensationally well, yes, I'll praise them. But otherwise, they're just players in the system. Done. Yeah? We are a team now. Yeah? Xabi Alonso wants to make this work. He said that before we even entered the World Cup, the Club World Cup. He said, this team needs to play together. This team needs to make everything work. Yeah? So if I'm saying, oh, I'm a Vinny hater, or I'm this or that, no, I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm just making a point that this team needs to win trophies this year. And the only way they're going to do that is by every single player in this team making themselves work for Xabi Alonso. And that's it. Play in his system, press high, pass the ball, move it quickly, high intensity. Then we can really become the Real Madrid that every single fan wants us to become. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah. I'm with you, bro. For sure.
Absolutely. And just seconding this as well, obviously, sorry, I just went on a long little
Nah, bro, you're good, bro. You're
little speech there. But the situation is that last game, yeah, this 3 at the back system worked, guys. It worked. Sometimes we lost the ball. I saw Arda Güler losing the ball a couple of times, and maybe because it wasn't under support. I see a little bit of the gap forming between the defense. They need to push up a little bit, but the gap is forming where Arda Güler sometimes dropping in deep, and you see Bellingham and sometimes Valverde a little bit higher up than them, because Gula is going to be the creator. Can he do the job, like, for example, that Vitinha can do, where he can drop in these little pockets and distribute the ball correctly? He's not going to be a defensive midfielder, I know, but is Tchouaméni going to obviously press a bit higher? Is Rudiger, Huijsen going to press a bit higher? Because Huijsen is the typical guy that you can see running through the center of that midfield and then just distributing a pass, like he's done all throughout this Club World Cup already. So, Will, what are you thinking about the three at the back, mate? I think it's the best formation that we play so far. It's the most fluid.
I agree.
Fluid football. What do you think, mate?
I agree. Yeah. The three at the back. So I believe against Salzburg was the first time that we started off in a three at the back. Like, even though, against Al Hilal, against Pachuca, on the ball, it always looked like a three at the back. But I think just starting out in that formation, that's when we looked the best. Now, is it because Salzburg are just trash? Maybe. But I liked what I saw. If we can build on that first half performance that we had in our last game, I think that will absolutely cook Juventus. And for me, the three at the back just makes sense to just start in, right? I think we do have the personnel for that. And now that, because we have to find a way where we can have Valverde, Jude, and also Arda and Tchouaméni in the same team. Now, Tchouaméni, like we talked about earlier, he's been very good at that hybrid DM/center back role on the ball. He drops deep. Huijsen goes to the left. Rudiger last game went out wide to the right. Then you have Trent at right midfielder, right? And you got Valverde next to him with Jude. Arda Güler has been playing that Luka Modric role really well. To be honest, I think the system that Xabi Alonso wants to play is not possible if Arda Güler is not in that midfield, because he's the one that controls. He's the one that controls the ball in the middle of that field, where everybody else is runners, is workhorsemen, right? Arda Güler, he receives the ball from that back line. His playmaking has been very good from that midfield as well. Fran Garcia at left wing back. I don't think Fran Garcia is a good left back. Fran Garcia as a wing back, different conversation, right? His best capabilities are going forward, attacking, overlapping, linking play, crossing the ball into the box. And then we see Vinicius and Gonzalo Garcia as a two-man up front. Let's say you want to say Vinicius and Mbappe, two-man up front should be very dangerous with what they have behind them. So I would like to see three at the back just from the get-go. Like, we don't even have to start in a back four and then on the ball go to no. Just start a three at the back. Just start like that. Let me see what that looks like from just minute one, from kickoff. I think that would be very good. But now, three at the back, again, what I wanted to see from Xabi Alonso was what he's working on in training. And I'm seeing it. And I'm starting to believe in it. And I'm very excited.
Yeah, and as you can see on the screen, guys, and obviously we've just hit major news, essentially, that Carvajal announces that he's back. And if he is back, then we have even more squad depth. We have an experienced head in there that can also play a three at the back system. He can
right side center back, in my opinion.
He can be part of that right-sided center back position, and he will be excellent in that system also. We've seen him play there before. We know he's been playing. He's played there before for Spain as well. So he is such a great player to have. I don't know if he's going to be the same Carvajal that we know. I don't think so. I'm not sure. But for me personally, having Carvajal back in the squad, he is going to be an absolute major asset. And I love this player. I love him so much. I think he's such a great player. And I think he can fit really well. But for me personally, when I look at Real Madrid and the three in the back system, one player that we were talking about earlier and how he can be so versatile in terms of his role is Tchouaméni. And Tchouaméni has been fitting excellently well into the three in the back. He's played as a midfield position. He's been integral part of a team that had 10 men in this Club World Cup. And I think that Tchouaméni, and you know what? I think he's going to have a great season ahead of him. I think Tchouaméni is going to have a great season. Obviously, I want to talk about Huijsen a little bit later, as you can see in terms of the topic. But I think Tchouaméni is going to be integral, man, to this team because of his versatility and how he can also fit into that squad depth area where we can play a three at the back with him, or Carvajal can be there, Militao can be there, Huijsen can be there, Rudiger can be there. We can bring in one of the Aguaros through, anyone itself, to really fit this three at the back role. And if Xabi Alonso is really trusting in the youth, then he can do that as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, look,
So,
just no Ramen, just no.
no.
Oh my
Jacobo
goodness.
Ramon, he can disappear,
Oh
but
my
anyone else,
goodness.
mate, is fine with this, mate. You know what I mean?
Just not any of the youth. Just not. Do you know who I also like? I'm excited to see. Maybe get an opportunity that you bring up the youth. Hopefully, John Martinez. You remember him last summer, the 16-year-old kid, like the long hair towards ACL. Hopefully, his recovery is going really well because. Again, I do think that Xabi Alonso will give the youth opportunity. So far, it's really only been Gonzalo Garcia. I
think I want to see Chema Andres come through. He's a very good midfielder as well.
I remember you were talking about him.
Very tall midfielder, very good on the ball, has good
but I definitely
area
thought
ability
that
as well.
but I thought that one of the academy products would get a chance at that left back position, just kind of being brought on. But Fran Garcia's played really well. But I'm just surprised that it's only been Gonzalo Garcia that's really gotten.
A Club World Cup is a major tournament for the majority of it as well. So we're looking at it and we're saying obviously that. But I think honestly, with too many guys on paper, if everybody's squad fit, who is the best three at the back that we have? I still think on paper it will be Rudiger, Huijsen, and Asensio. But obviously Tchouaméni can fit there. Tchouaméni can also fit in the midfield if we do play at a three at the back.
Yeah.
But I don't want too many runners. I don't want too many defensively minded midfielders, if you catch my drift. I don't want Tchouaméni, for example, to play with Valverde and Bellingham in that that central midfield. I think that's not good.
Yeah, so the thing is, you would need if you want Tchouaméni in the 11, then you need Tchouaméni in the back line. Like he would have to keep doing that hybrid role, stepping up, like when we're off the ball, but then on the ball, dropping deep. Because I view Arda as a midfielder now, and for me, Arda needs to be starting most games, right? Like he needs to be out there. So it would have to be Huijsen, Tchouaméni, and then one of Rudiger, Asensio, or even like a Carvajal at right side of center back, right? For me, and we'll talk about Huijsen a little bit later. But yeah, like those three. I mean, however, but again, you can't really have Tchouaméni just start in the midfield next to Valverde and Jude.
No, it's impossible.
We've seen that it does not work in terms of ball possession. In terms of off the ball, that's a great midfield. But with the way that Xabi Alonso likes to play, you need Arda starting in that midfield to receive it from the back line. Now, for example, if Jurgen Klopp was our manager, right, then I think you could start Tchouaméni, Jude, and Valverde, right? Because it's very similar to remember Liverpool had Fabinho, and basically Liverpool's midfield was like runners. They didn't really have anybody to control it, but Klopp made it work with how he likes to play. But now that Xabi Alonso, it seems like he wants to build up through the middle, more so than immediately just going out wide. Then you do need Arda, for example. Arda needs to start.
And he needs to start. He needs to start every game. I don't even care what anybody says, mate. Arda's starting every game for me. Yeah, if I was a manager, Real Madrid,
would have to be in that back line so that then, off possession, he can then step up. But then in possession, he can then drop deep. But you can't have all four of them start unless you're gonna maybe run Jude at left wing back, which I don't think we should, but there wouldn't be room for everybody unless one of them drops as that third center back, and that to me is Tchouaméni. So
and I think Tchouaméni, his hybrid role is great. I think he can really fit into that well. And the one thing that really I enjoyed about this three at the back formation from Xabi Alonso, one thing that I really caught onto was the width of the pitch and how wide we were at times, because you saw obviously Vinny and Gonzalo Garcia, they were slap bang pretty much in the center, but then you had Trent and Fran Garcia just width like crazy, honestly. And then you have the midfield obviously dropping deeper, linking the play, allowing themselves to make those line breaking passes where they're literally just cutting it through, like obviously Bellingham's example, but other examples through as well, because Arda Güler was linking the play, Valverde was really good. You never see really, obviously you see him sometimes, but I've never seen Valverde being in so many attacking areas throughout his life, quite literally. He's honestly.
You don't think like last season Valverde was getting up a bit?
He was, but I've never seen him so much in an advanced role.
He's been on that right wing lately.
Yeah, obviously he's been playing right back as well a lot. Obviously, a lot of the time with Ancelotti.
Yeah, because like so the last 2 games, Arda started in the midfield 3, and then Valverde was like the right winger. Like, because then like there was a lot of times where Arda was deeper than where Valverde was up the pitch. And I feel like Valverde, we've seen him throughout the years play at right wing. It's not a position that he's unfamiliar with.
One player that I'm really excited. Sorry, Will, to cut you, but one player that I'm really excited. We mentioned him last time in the Galacticos podcast. Is Camavinga. I'm so excited to see what he does in this Xabi Alonso team. Obviously, there's talk about Camavinga leaving. It's very light rumors. I'm not going to say it's heavy rumors because we've never seen it really. And Camavinga is a player that will absolutely do absolute wonders in this team because he is the typical player that Xabi Alonso wants.
He's so good
runner with tech. You understand? A player that bites at the heels
as well.
A player that bites at the heels with tech. And he just glides through players like no man's business. Honestly, this guy, when he picks up the ball, he just picks up and he's like, he doesn't really have pace, but it seems like he does. I don't know what it is about Camavinga.
Yeah, you know what it is, bro. Camavinga is due for a big season.
He is, yeah.
Because last season, I was very disappointed with what I saw from him. Like, he regressed. And maybe that's because there was no instruction from the manager. He's kind of getting thrown into, like, no man's land. But I think with, so, for example, with Xabi Alonso, if you wanted to drop Arda for a game, give him a rest, I view Camavinga as the player that you replace him with because Camavinga or it's either him or like a Dani Ceballos, one of those two, because they're also very good on the ball. They can control a midfield with the qualities that they have, right? So then like that could work. Camavinga, and especially with his ball progression. That's why I always say, I don't think for me, Tchouaméni is the only 6 that Real Madrid has. Like he's the only defensive midfielder that, in my opinion, we actually have. I know Camavinga is listed as a DM.
Decent.
Camavinga is more of an 8 because he's so good on the ball and his ball progression is so fantastic, bro. Like this guy can take it from the back line and run into the final third, and players can't get next to him. I feel like limiting Camavinga to like that DM role, you're kind of limiting the qualities that he has. He needs to be given a little bit of freedom to progress with the ball. So I view him as the 8, but I think he's gonna cook. It sucks that he's not been fit though, man.
I know.
It would have been nice to see Camavinga in the system by now. Like I'm very annoyed at like a lot of these players who are injured, and now we're gonna have to wait until like La Liga to kind of see it. Versus we see it now, and then we can kind of speculate on what's gonna happen. Whereas it's like, it's a bit annoying, but you know.
Yeah, it is. But we need to just rely on Xabi Alonso and what he's going to do with his team because I could see that he sees Ceballos as an important player in terms of squad depth. How he can bring him on sometimes. I see obviously Camavinga when he's fit could be integral to the team as well. So that midfield, I think we have a good squad depth. The width of the pitch in terms of the wing backs, we don't really have squad depth. I don't think Carvajal could be a right wing back. I think the age will catch on for him a bit. He's very good in terms of stamina wise, but I don't think he's quick enough to get back all the time, track back. So it's a bit of a weird one in terms of the left back and right back, or left wing back and right wing back positioning. It's very weird how we're going to try and cater those in terms of what kind of players are we bringing. Obviously, Carreras has been talked about. Other players have been talked about. So,
do you rate Alvaro Carreras, man? Because Dave, let me tell you something. And I know that he's not like
he's
a
decent. He's decent.
But bro, did you see Benfica versus Chelsea knockout stage game? And this guy is holding bench. So hold on, the player that we wanted for the Club World Cup, that Benfica were playing so hard to negotiate over, in their most important game, he's holding bench. He didn't get subbed on, and this is the player that I'm supposed to be. Nah, come on. I don't even want Alvaro Carreras, man.
Because do you know what? Yeah, I could see Camavinga doing a left wing back role decently as well because he's got the tech. He can move the ball. He's decently defended as well, and we need to really get also squad depth for the right wing back. If Xabi Alonso can bring Aguado maybe into that role or other players into that role, then maybe we could see that. So there are opportunities for the youth to really break through this team. And one of the young players that has not really been, obviously, he's not been a academy product of Real Madrid, but he is such an excellent player, and we've seen him time and time again shining through the Club World Cup. Dean Huijsen, what an amazing breath of fresh air Dean Huijsen has been for Real Madrid. I can see you doing that, Will. I'll do it as well, man, because we have actually brought in an absolute amazing quality centre back that, do you know what? Fair dues to Real Madrid for doing this, mate, because Dean Huijsen, man, passing, defending, calm, collective. What a defender, guys.
Can
I don't care if it's just.
Can you name a weakness?
Maybe physical. He needs to bulk up a little bit. But
I mean, but like he's a young guy. You just hit the gym a little. In terms of as a footballer, do you know that Dean Huijsen has had the most passes into the final third for Real Madrid in the tournament?
That's what he does, mate.
He's a center back.
Yeah.
You know that he has the most progressive
that's what he does, mate. That's what he does. That's what he does.
Bro, send Bournemouth another 50 million. I feel like we robbed him.
Not that far.
What a player. This guy is phenomenal. When I look at Dean Huijsen, he is the best defender that we have at the club. Dave, I'm not over-exaggerating. I don't care if it's Pachuca, Salzburg, Al Hilal. I've seen enough.
Yes, mate.
I watched the guy in the Premier League.
Yes, mate.
At Bournemouth.
Preach it. Preach it.
Comes to Real Madrid. Does not look out of place.
Yeah.
He is phenomenal. I think when you look at the demographics in the young center back department, right? Obviously, there's going to be growing pains. He's going to have a bad game this season, right? He's not going to be a 9 out of 10 every match. But what I'm saying is, for a player of his age that possesses the qualities that he has, he's a very rare defender. This man is a deep line playmaker in the defense. He's Toni Kroos. If Kroos could just defend a little bit better in the back line. His passing is phenomenal. Absolutely. His line breaking, the way that he carries the ball into that midfield. There were times in the last game I saw Dean Huijsen get the ball, and my man is like in the final third.
Yeah.
And then forget on the ball, because that's like the icing on the cake, right? A defender's main job is to defend, right? What they do on the ball, what they do with their passing, phenomenal, right? That's nice to have. But even defensively, he doesn't get dribbled past. He's not getting beat in 1v1 situations from set pieces. Last season, Dave, we looked so shaky. Every time somebody crossed the ball, whether it was from open play, free kick, a corner, it looked like they were going to score against us. Now, it's been a lot better. And that's because you got Dean. That's an aerial threat for us. That's also a good person to defend for other teams' aerial threat pieces. And, bro, I love this guy. I absolutely love this guy.
Absolutely.
To me, Rudiger, yes, is more proven. Rudiger has been here longer. Not going to but I'm saying as a player, as a footballer, Dean Huijsen is the best defender that we have. Bro, he's so good. I think he could even play left wing back if need be. Like, he's so good on the ball. I think he can do that job if it came down to it due to injuries or whatever. But nah, man, phenomenal signing. I think he's the best signing that we've made. Big up to Trent. I love Trent, right? Trent is one of the best right backs in the world, right? Franco, we haven't seen him yet. But I feel like Dean will be our best signing, especially when you look at the potential. Like, the guy is only 20, Dave. Like, and I know that people don't like to bring up age, but for me, age does matter, because when you're playing at such a high level now, if you stay fit and with the right guidance, the sky's the limit.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Bro. And what a signing he's been so far. I'm excited to see how he progresses this season, because I think come next May, Dave, he's in best center back in the world conversations. Like, the best center back in the world. He will be in that conversation.
He will be. Yeah, I think he will be. And the situation is, guys, and I just seen Omar pop in the chat, because I wanted to tell something to I wanted to tell something to Barcelona fans, because do you know what? You better be really worried, because And I'm going to tell you one thing about Barcelona, what they love doing, and we've seen them doing it so many times last season. They overcommit. They pile bodies forward. If Dean Huijsen picks up the ball and lasers a pass directly into the front, guys, Real Madrid are going to be cooking. Trust me in this one, because his ability on the ball is sensational. And Barcelona, sorry, but you don't have a ball-playing centre-back like Dean Huijsen on this level, because Dean Huijsen's passing is absolutely incredible. Incredible. I've seen Koundé, he's decent on the ball, he's decent passing, but Dean Huijsen is another level on the ball. Yeah? So, for me, when I look at it, if Barcelona overcommit and we face Barcelona, do you know what? I'm really excited about La Liga fixtures. You know how Man United got Arsenal the first match? I want Real Madrid to get Barcelona the first match.
My man wanted El Clasico week one.
I want week one.
That's day
El
one.
Clasico, mate. Because we have the form. We've been playing in tournaments. I want Barcelona very first match, people. Bring it on. Don't care, mate. I'm ready, mate. I'm ready, mate.
To be fair, I don't want to play Barcelona up until
I do.
like.
No, I do, mate. I don't care, mate. I do, mate.
You know what it is? Because I would prefer Jude to be there in the first El Clasico. Remember, Jude's going to be out after the Club World Cup for like 3 months. I would like Jude to be there for the first El Clasico. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No. Look, Dave, I'm with you. Barcelona, I hope that they enjoyed last season. Okay? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get your laughs in, right? You enjoy that. Congratulations. Domestic trouble. You guys were the best team in Spain. Not going to argue with that. But Xabi Alonso is here. Trust me. We now have the best manager in La Liga. I know that Hansi Flick. And
no.
Hansi Flick hype.
No, not that far yet.
Dave, don't forget about second season Hansi Flick. Don't forget about
one of Will's mad statements, mate. No, Hansi Flick is better than Xabi.
No. Dave, do not forget about second season.
You can't slay a guy that's won 6 trophies in a calendar season, man. That's absolutely
and then what happened the next season with Bayern? You should be winning 6 trophies every season at Bayern. Dave, I would do the sextuple if I was Bayern's manager. You mad? It's fucking Bayern.
Guys, please calm Will down. I know he's gone a little bit far. He's gone a bit far, bro.
Xabi Alonso will do better than Flick next season. Second season, bro, this guy was at Bayern second season struggling in the Schnitzel League. Nah, man, get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
That's all right, mate.
Get out of here.
Right. We'll move on from that one. But
what did Hansi Flick do with Germany, Dave? What did he do with Germany? Nah, man. Cool. I didn't see Hansi Flick do an invincible domestic double. Nah, my manager did that. My manager came into the Bundesliga and disrupted what Bayern got going on over there. Watch what he did. I'm telling you right now, Xabi Alonso is going to revolutionize the way that people speak about Real Madrid, with style of play, with the academy. Watch. He will win us our first official treble. Dave, bookmark this right now.
Okay,
Before
I'm saving that,
Xabi
guys.
Alonso leaves, we are winning the treble. You heard it here first. Fuck Barcelona. Enjoy last season. Watch how we come this season. Watch. You know what, matter of fact, give me Barcelona game day. I want to see Barca in August.
Yeah, that's why I said game one.
Yeah, man, fuck it. I don't even need you to beat you. I want to see them match day one. Watch what my manager does. See, look, Dave, now you getting me hyped. Now I'm about to go outside and run down my block. Now I'm getting hyped. Fuck Barca. The trouble is loading with this manager. Do you see our kits, Dave? Do you see our kits?
No, that's spooky, mate.
Did you see all 3 of those kits? Those kits scream a treble.
Yeah,
you don't have kits like that, and you don't go out there and win. Nah, man.
Yeah, I already got the first one. I already got the first one, guys. I already got the first.
Put me in. So. Put me in, coach. I'm ready. Yo, if Xabi needs me, I'm here. I'm here.
Will be running.
Yeah. Nah, see, look, bro, you got me hyped now, Dave. Look, see, now I'm about to start talking my shit here. Nah. Look, man, like these Barca fans in the chat all talking. Shut up. You guys are at home. You're not even the fucking Club World Cup. Fucking Auckland could qualify, and you couldn't. We are the best team in Spain, and it's not close. It's not close. We carry this country. If it was not for Real Madrid, La Liga would be viewed as the Bundesliga, Ligue 1, the MLS, we'd be irrelevant. In the Champions League, we represent.
Guys, I'll let. Okay, mate. 1 minute. We'll go. You can run.
All right. Yeah, you don't. It's end of stream, Dave. But it might as well be football carnage. We are here. I don't even know why Dave came off camera because he agrees with me. Next season,
I'm back. Okay.
Next season is going to be a madness. You are hearing this right here.
Mate.
We are winning La Liga. I'm guaranteeing it right now. June, what fucking day is it? Is it the 28th or some shit?
Yeah.
June 30th.
Yeah.
Real Madrid are winning La Liga.
Okay, bookmark this, guys.
Come on.
We're seeing it, man. We're seeing it. We're hearing it first today. We heard it first today. Yeah, I don't mind, mate. I see Barcelona first game because let me run through Barcelona's friendlies, okay? Because I'm going to be watching. I'm actually doing watch-alongs to those. Thank you very much. Because I really want to see them. Okay, so Barcelona first match. They're playing Vissel Kobe.
What is this? Fucking preseason? What is this? Preseason?
Sorry, guys. This is crazy.
Ain't that the team that Iniesta was holding bench at?
Okay, sorry, guys. Okay, cool. So it's Vissel Kobe. FC Seoul. I think Tottenham played him before. FC Seoul.
Nah, not y'all taking a trip in Asia. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry. We will be there with the hate.
Wait, guys, our La Liga finish is coming out tomorrow. They're not coming out tomorrow, guys. Please
I have no idea.
Please tell me they're not coming out tomorrow because I will do a whole live stream, on this, mate. I'll do a 24-hour Liga live stream, mate. I'll go through every fixture, mate, and I'll see who's actually going to be winning this La Liga title because I'm ready, mate. But anyway, let's get back to FC Barcelona club friendlies, people.
Yo, Dave, do you know that Vissel Kobe, I swear that's the team that Iniesta was holding bench at. Their legend at like 38 was holding bench at Kobe while Luka Modric is getting a move to AC Milan at 40.
Did Iniesta play for Vissel Kobe, guys? Let me see.
I swear he did. I swear he did.
Iniesta's one of my goats, guys. He did play actually for Vissel Kobe. Well done, mate.
Yeah,
good. It's not. Yeah, it's okay. So Iniesta got in contact with Barcelona, probably arranged a friendly.
Yeah. Hey, look, Barca fans, I will be there doing a hate watch for your friendlies. Make sure you win those.
Oh yeah, guys, just to let you know, because I'm really pumped up about the Xabi Alonso era. Yeah, I'm doing hate watches for every single Barcelona match. Yeah, but guys, let me just remind you on this one. Yeah, because if Barcelona are still the same team like last year, do you know what? Sometimes you got to hold your hands up and say good shit, but. Let's be honest, yeah.
Xabi's here now.
I'm going to be honest. I've retracted my statements a little bit. We weren't that many points behind Barcelona. Let's be honest, yeah.
How many points did we lose by? What, 4?
4, yeah.
4. And that was one of the best seasons that Barca could remember with how well they were playing.
Yeah, exactly.
And we were shit.
Yeah, we were absolutely shit. So let's just call it that one, yeah. FC Seoul and then Daegu.
Hey, look, y'all don't go out there and lose to Dumplings FC. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So, okay, they're all South Korean teams, guys.
Hey, look, man, don't lose to Fried Rice FC. I will be there.
Vissel Kobe is in Japan. Yeah, and 1 second. So Vissel Kobe's in Japan, and then we've got FC Seoul's in Korea. So so they're facing 2 Korean teams and 1 Japanese. Obviously, they're doing it in the Asian friendlies thing. So guys, let's hopefully be there for the hate watchers. If you lose to any of these teams, mate, any of them,
I don't care that any of these, Dave, they're getting cooked.
Guys, if you lose to any of these teams, Barcelona, I will do a Liga 24-hour live stream.
I'll be there.
Cooked.
I'll be there, Dave.
By any of these guys, and Will join. Yeah, I'll get all the Real Madrid fans, mate. I'll contact anybody, mate. You can join, mate. Anybody in the chat can join, yeah.
What you said, Dave? 2 Korean teams, right?
2 Korean teams and 1.
You better not lose to Squid Games FC.
I watched the last. I watched the last season of that Squid Games. Yeah, absolutely sensational. Have you watched it? I'm not going to reveal any spoilers. Yeah, I just watched it yesterday with a girlfriend. Yeah, we watched all 6 episodes in one day, and it's been absolutely amazing.
I never watched Squid Games. To be fair,
I love Squid Game, mate. I love
like,
it.
do you watch it in like in like its native language, or do you do like dubbed?
I
Like, do you like read the subtitles, or do you have it playing?
I did the first season twice, Squid Game. I
Mm.
did Squid Game twice the first season because I really wanted to watch it in Korean as well. Yeah?
Yeah.
So honestly, great. But guys, let me tell you something. Yeah, if Barcelona lose to any of these teams, mate, you're getting fried. Yeah,
The way that they've been trying to cook Real Madrid for being in a major tournament, nah, bro. I will be here. Trust me. You must.
Omar, we will be there, mate, and you'll be joining that 24-hour stream if you lose to any of the teams.
Hey, look,
and
bro,
guys,
I'm
guys, but somebody put in the chat that La Liga fixtures are being announced tomorrow. Is that truth?
I mean,
is that
we
false?
could probably just like Google it real quick.
Because they don't even release it. They just let it be secret and then just
La Liga fixtures, the 25-26 schedules. We can. Oh no. It begins August 26th.
Oh, the match schedule will be announced on 1st of July. It's true, bruv. It's true.
Shit. Oh shit.
The match schedule will be announced on tomorrow. All right, we're doing this, mate.
Oh,
guys, please let us get Barcelona first.
Oh yeah, bro. July 1st, 2025.
I want flipping Barcelona the first flipping match, mate. Yeah, I don't even care, mate. Yeah, I want Barcelona the first match. I want them first match. If you give me Barcelona the first match, I will literally, yeah. And if it's in Madrid, oh my Lord. The first match, if it's in Madrid, guys, you do not want to see me outside the stadium, mate. I'll be bringing flares. I'll bring everything, mate. El Clasico. I've moved to Madrid, yeah. And let me tell you something, yeah. I've not been to, an El Clasico yet, yeah.
Oh, wait, like ever, or since you've been back? Like, have you ever been?
Since I've been to Madrid, because the first match was played before I moved there.
Okay, but have you ever been to El Clasico?
I've been to El Clasico, yeah, a long time ago, but a very, very long time ago. Super long time ago.
Yo, Dave, you have to start vlogging this, man.
But let me tell you something, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. I'll reveal something right now. Yeah, if the first match is in Barcelona, I'm rocking up, mate. I don't even care, mate. I'll wear the Real Madrid t-shirt, mate. I just got this recent a recent polo from the Real Madrid shop as well, mate.
Okay.
Recent polo from the Real Madrid, little polo, yeah, from the Real Madrid shop, yeah. Okay. Obviously, everything's ready, mate. Yeah. I'm ready, mate. Look, it actually says here. It actually says on the thing, mate. I don't think Barcelona fans get this, yeah. 100% Madridista, mate. That's what it says there, mate. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So I got a lovely little polo for the summer. I'm rocking in the polo. I'm going a little bit incognito, but I won't be full incognito. I'll be wearing the Real Madrid polo. I'll go outside of Barcelona. I'll look like an official journalist, like those guys that came up to me outside the Bernabéu. I'll go outside Barcelona Stadium. I'll be ready, mate. I'll be ready with the cameras.
Yo, Dave, if you need me to fly out there to punch up some Barca fans, bro,
we're not doing that.
I punch up Omar all the time. I'll do it.
Verbally, mate. Don't do that physically, mate.
Okay. You know,
because we'll get cooked, mate.
Only because you said not to, bro. Because I was getting ready to catch my flight. I was getting ready, Dave. I was on Ticketmaster.
I'm ready to fight anybody out here now. No, in that day, I was really mad, actually. I was on that day, after that Arsenal game, I was really fuming, yeah. I was really fuming, yeah. But anyway, we move, yeah. But guys, that's pretty much the end of the podcast, guys, yeah. And we got a few questions, okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
Obviously, Santiago said, do you think Carvajal can be good enough as a right centre-back and then move to right wing-back if Trent is injured or suspended? I don't think he's good enough for right wing-back. I don't think he defensively, he sits in that right centre-back position. Attacking-wise, Carvajal's good. We know because we've seen him before. We've seen him get that Champions League final. You see, Barcelona fans, you can't relate, mate. Can't relate. Long time since we won the Champions League, but we only won it a couple of seasons ago, yeah? Obviously, Carvajal, header, back of the net. Obviously, we know that already, yeah? But then, but I don't think he's good enough to fit into the right wing-back role. I think he will struggle trying to track back up and down. I think it's going to be not the best thing for him. I think right center back.
Right side center back. I think.
Or if Xabi Alonso decides to play a for the back, then Carvajal can fit there. Of course. Okay?
And Xabi is very adaptable, so don't think it'll just be one system like the whole season.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So next, Jacob, what do you think? What Xabi can do with Camavinga? he is technically gifted. We've mentioned this
We
already.
really
We've already talked about this, but just to obviously cover the point again, I think Camavinga can be a very integral part to the team, especially with squad depth. And if he can come on and be a starter, then play more in kind of like that really unorthodox 8 role where he can really go forward and really obviously drag the ball. One of the best ball carriers, obviously, in our team, can really hold possession, maintain possession. Will, just to cover that point, you probably agree with that as well? Yep, exactly. So, guys, obviously, and the last question I just got here now from Mixoid is, I hope 3 at the back will work. What do you think? We've already covered this as well. I think 3 at the back is going to be sensational. And I think Barcelona, they're going to have a real big trouble in their hands trying to contain it because they struggle with Inter with a 3 at the back. Imagine Real Madrid, a full Real Madrid squad with the attacking potential that we have.
La Liga is loading.
Guys, just to let you know, we are redirecting to Carnage Extra for his watch along, and it is between
Inter and Fluminense.
Inter and
Fluminense. Round of 16. We will be live, and we're also going to be live later tonight for Man City versus Al Hilal. Now, Dave, that's going to be way too late for you, but luckily for me in the US, it's only 9 p.m. So
Al Hilal will be a good tie for
that'd be a good game.
I think it'll be a really good game. I think Inzaghi is going to be really defensive. I think Man City will do a number. Look, guys, let's just be honest. We're going to see an all-European quarterfinals. Let's just be honest. It's all European quarterfinals.
Well, I mean, Palmeiras is going to be playing Chelsea. That's the last.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. But I think semi-finals is definitely assuring for all the European time. So it's literally going to be Europe semi-final. It's going to be Champions League essentially in the semi-finals. Let's just call it as it is, because I think when we're seeing the Brazilian sides also play, it's been a bit tough for them to really catch on. Like Bayern Munich, obviously they played decently yesterday. I think they did play decently against Bayern Munich, but for me, Bayern Munich was just too strong. Yeah, very, very strong. I don't know how Garcia actually done that shot, by the way. Like, what was the keeper doing, by the way? I don't know where it was on the other side of the goal, mate. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but tomorrow, guys, as you know, me and Will both doing watch-alongs. If you want to tune into us, please do so, obviously. And, have us on both screens. If you have a phone, if you have a laptop, put us on both, mate. We fully enjoy the match, mate. Fully enjoy the match. It's going to be 9 o'clock UK time, I think it is, the match. So, Real Madrid, obviously, you're going to be tuning into that. Both watch-alongs, and obviously I'm going to have many clips coming out tomorrow from this podcast, so please stay tuned on that on certain moments, including probably Will's rant and my rant as well in between obviously the episode. But guys, absolutely sensational. Thank you very much for joining. You have been an absolute pleasure, every one of you in the chat, obviously joining in. Big up to everybody who's been here for a very long time, and we will see you next time on another episode of the Galacticos. Take care, guys, and peace out.